Welcome to this video of maybe the most exceptional oracle deck I've ever seen in my life. And it will come as no surprise that it was done by Colette Baron-Reid. All right. And I was very specific about this deck of cards. Like I am predominantly a tarot reader. But any tool that I use, so I use other things, obviously I use oracle cards, I use Nordic runes, whatever I use, I am always very specific about what it is that I use and why. I'm very clear on the intention. Now, I purchased this particular deck of oracle cards because I am putting up an oracle card reading course that is also incorporating psychic development, dreaming your life into reality, co-creating with spirit, enhancing your connection to source, okay? Growing beautifully with spirit, understanding the way in which spirit speaks to you. So this oracle deck was very much in alignment with that. You know, obviously Colette has got quite a couple of decks that she put out already, but this one is really different because in this one she did illustrations or the art with somebody called Joel Nakamura. My apologies, Joel Nakamura, and he's a really amazing person. I mean, I was greatly surprised when, you know, we even chatted a little bit, and you can really feel his kind energy in everything that he does. It's really alive. All right. So just before we get into everything else here, I just wanna share with you a little bit how important it is to be very clear of your intention of what it is that you'd like to do when you begin to work with divination tools. You know, I think too many of us go out in the world and be like, oh, it's pretty, let's just buy it, let's just get it. But, you know, these are very powerful divination tools. All right. And I suppose in answering the question, which is better, tarot cards or oracle cards, tarot is actually an oracle, because an oracle is the way through which the universe communicates to you, and to which spirit communicates with you. So oracle can be a person, like a channeler, or it can be like a channeler, obviously, but it also uses divination tools, you know. And this deck is just, it's exceptional. It is exceptional. It is all about asking the right questions, manifesting the beautiful life that you want to have. It really is a step-by-step, I would almost say abundance manifestation masterclass map, really. All right. So comes with a nice little box there by Hay House. 44 cards. So even 44 cards, 4 is about stability. You know, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 is my life part number. So I really like that. I love the fact that the art in this deck, I'm going to show you the cards, but the art in this deck is not stock images, but it's created. You know, and even remember when the artist explained how he does art, I said to myself, oh my goodness, that's how I like to do art, you know. So I want to encourage you to really put some thought into, you know, to oracle decks when you purchase them. For what is the intention? Do they call you? Why do they call you? Or sometimes you just feel the strong pull, and then I, you know, say follow that as well. So the guidebook, very nicely bound. It shows you the books that Colette has. I have read the map. That was really incredible. It really changed my life. It led to this powerful spiritual awakening that I had. And Uncharted. Oh, it's amazing. And then obviously all these other decks that Colette has, which are really great as well. There's an index for the cards. There is a beautiful introduction for how this all came together. All right. And even the way that Colette perceives the next step of what she wants to do. Another reason why I'm so keen on working with the energies is because we are both Cancerians. So maybe that has something to do with it. But also, you know, a lot of times people ask me, Adrian, how did you come across this next thing? And I'll be like, I don't know. It just came to me. You know, it literally just comes to me. I place myself in a space where I can receive guidance from spirit, and I follow that guidance. So the reason why I really wanted to use this deck to teach oracle card reading and to teach psychic development and growing a closer connection to spirit and living more by the effect that you cause. So you become the initiator of the magic that you want to experience in your life. So this deck was in alignment with all of that. All right. So as I said, I just placed myself in a space where you know, the ideas will come to me. So it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful here. It explains very, very beautifully how everything came together, how Colette and the, you know, the artists of the deck came about to be together. And it says oracle cards are a form of divination. In other words, they're one of many techniques that enable you to have direct dialogue with the divine. All right? And I'm going to tell you with this deck, I have seen many videos online of this deck. Nothing, I promise you, nothing but nothing prepares you for the real life depiction of this deck. It is exceptional. The attention to detail, the box, the booklet, the cards, it's all so beautiful. So I really want you to know that no matter how much in awe you are by seeing these cards, I promise you the real deal is so much more beautiful. You know, I also work with my beautiful ancient magic boxes here, or prayer boxes. A friend of mine makes them. She is a Egyptian magic practitioner, magic of only light. All right. And I thought it's quite interesting now that I look at it, because I remember Colette Baron-Reid actually says she really likes eyes. And so there is a newer box that I recently acquired. I've had this one for about 4.5 years. They take about 10 days to make. My friend beautifully, you know, put beautiful positive incantations in them, ancient Egyptian magic, and they only work for positive. So if you want to use them for negative things, it's not going to work. All right. And you grow a real connection with your box. It's got a nice little lid over there. All right. So I'm going to put the booklet in there for now, and I'm going to show you the cards. All right. And again, even if you look at the back of the cards, it is just beautiful. I promise you, I'm recording this on my phone. So I'm looking at the image on the phone, and I'm looking at the image in real life. And there is no comparison. There is a real powerful feel in this deck of cards. Okay. So I'm not going to go through them all too much. Otherwise, the video is going to become too long. But I just wanted to show you the cards and to ask you, what do you pick up from them when the storm spirits play? This is one of those exceptional cards, and I remember this is something that the artist, let me not get it wrong, Joel Nakamura said as well, that he wants you to look at them, and every time he wants you to see something new, and you really, really do. You really, really do. You know, it's all about dreaming your life into reality, dreaming your life into being open to how these beautiful dream-weaving spirit energies, beings, entities, divas, D-E-V-A-S, you know, are communicating with you towards what it is that you'd like to have next. You know, and it's all about, this is what I want to have, so what am I supposed to do? What is the next step for me? Okay. Also, it's very much with nature. And I've really been experiencing a lot of animal totem energy coming into my life, which is not really something that I imagined that I would do. You know, it's never really something that I thought about. Oh, wow. Words cannot describe how exceptional this is. If the river flows this way, what does this mean to you? Swimming upstream, swimming downstream, going with the stream, setting the stream that you are going with. I always say to people, you can go with the stream by all means. You just want to make sure that you are in the stream that you want to be. Let your dreams be woven true. Isn't this like a... It's almost like a space in between. Like, you know, you're dreaming from the earthly realm. Spirit is conceiving that in the middle something exceptional, you know, can maybe be formed for you. When you feel the magic sing, when you feel that inspiration, that motivation, that beautiful musical note over there, there could be possibly be something else as well, you know. Collective energies of the universe coming together there to breathe life into your dreams. Or could it be that you're spewing this dream up from this life where you are, from the mysteries of the sea? Did you know that we know literally less than 10% of what's happening in the entire ocean at this particular point in time? So it's those magic and those mysteries. I really like this card. If you hear Sasquatch sigh, and this is about when you are disconnected to spirit, disconnected from source. You know, you don't feel that connection to source. Could it be a dragonfly? I love dragonflies. Could it be a dragonfly or could it be something else? And dragonflies, especially in sort of like African mysticism, but many parts around the world as well. I'm from South Africa, so I'm very into African mysticism. You know, dragonfly is a real sign of magic. And all the beautiful eyes that are always there, the beautiful contributors. You know, could this be a dragonfly or could this be something else? Could this be a dragonfly or could it be something else? You know, magic can come in many different forms. When a witch must drink their brew. Isn't this beautiful? What is this card number 9? So let's see what the booklet says to give you an idea, because it's really beautiful the way that it is broken down. So it says, essential meaning, and these cards are meant to be read in the upright, being unapologetically comfortable in, not with who you are, in who you are. Trusting and knowing your own magic, being authentic and inspired, the courage to own your values and who you are, not succumbing to the spell of society. And how challenging is that sometimes, right? And then I'm just going to read the message for this one card. It says, do you trust in your own magic? You should. There is no one like you. And your essence is brimming with life force and purpose unique to you. This is your magic elixir. So drink it down and cast off what doesn't serve you. Fully embracing and immersing in your magic. Being fully yourself in what's required of you right now. Nothing less will do. Yes? It takes courage to cast off the spell of society with all its expectations, manipulations, and restrictions to claim your true expression. Do you worry about the consequences? What if you won't fit in? There are times when a new world is being birthed. Your truest note in the symphony of life can only be played by you. Isn't that profound? Your truest note in the symphony of life can only be played by you. This is how you serve the whole world in harmony with others to create the sweetest music. This is a time for you to ask yourself what is truly authentic to you, what is in or out of alignment with your values. Adjust your life where you need to, for this is a profound time to stand up, shine and be seen. Drink in your magic, share it with the world and be bold. When a witch must drink their brew, they are at a profound moment to their own magic, just like you. You were born for these times. You are meant to be here. You agreed to be here. You know, so again, this is why this deck was so in alignment with what I wanted to do. Because when you think about it, if you really allow yourself to ponder it, if you chose to come here, knowing all that you know and knowing how life is going to be when you are here, why did you come here? Why did you choose the family? What if every situation, every circumstance that ever happened, you know, that wasn't seen as good, what if it was leading you to this perfect moment where you are right now? You know, what if those really crappy people were all part of your soul family that were meant to keep you on cue, you know, for where it is that you are meant to go? All the diamonds in the sky. How beautiful is this? It looks like a flower. You know, what do you call it again? You know those flowers that you like blow? Oh, there it is, isn't it? And you're like, you know, it just goes everywhere and you kind of make a wish. I also can't get over the deck of these cards. Oh, just the symbolism of it all, you know, and the captivating beauty of it all. If the fox can't find his tail, I really love this card. I love all these cards, I have to be honest. And I promise you, nothing but nothing prepares you for how exceptional these cards are, you know, in real life. Nothing but nothing. They are so exceptional. If the wild ones come with sticks, you know, sometimes, a lot of times in the world, when our fear comes about, we forget who we are. But fear itself could be what is leading you in a positive direction to make a different choice. If life is always giving us feedback, what might the feedback be here? You know, people always say you're not a tree. If you don't like something, then, you know, get up and move. What if you imagine yourself as a tree that can move? A magical being. Oh, all the magic everywhere. So you see, for me, with this coaching, it's also about, you know, setting the intention first. I mean, so often in life, we just go about and just buy things and just do things without stopping and pausing and speaking to the intention. An oracle deck for me is a living, breathing entity, in the same way that my home, you know, in pure alignment with how the witches and the pagans used to see it, it is a living entity of who I am. It has got emotions, it's got feelings, it's got energy to share, it's got messages to share. That is why I make use of these beautiful prayer boxes, because, you know, for me, it's not just about having pretty cards and, you know, doing pretty readings or very, you know, mind-blowing readings. I mean, I'm bloody good at what I do. But it's because I live on intention. I live with purpose. I serve with purpose. And my purpose is, you know, my focus is to serve those who are ready, to discover their magic, to unlock their magic, to expand their magic, to benefit from their magic, to maintain it responsibly, you know, to not get a big head about it and then maybe sort of mess things up for themselves, you know. This looks almost like angel wings, but then this creature could maybe be doing like skateboarding through space or something like that. In the middle of the bridge. This really reminds me of, you know, the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, which speaks about, you know, the eye of the storm, the quiet space in between, the calm that's always inside of us. All right? There is a place inside of us that's always at peace. Louise Hay used to speak about that quite a lot. It's also Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Wayne Dyer. You know, the Tao Te Ching is, it's in very many ways, it's about that. It's about finding that peaceful place inside of you, where peace always resides, where all the answers are. You know, there is a beautiful book called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. He speaks about it quite a lot as well. Underneath the lizard skin. So Joel, the artist, was explaining this card quite a lot, and he was saying it looks almost like it's folding away. It can be different lizards, or what would it maybe look like, if you can imagine what it might look like underneath a lizard skin. Or then if you take the thought pattern even further, underneath the skin, what is there? There's magic, there's imagination, there is a body, there is potential. What might there be? What is underneath the surface? All right? Even wisdom needs to rest. I wish I could show you this card the way that I can see. There's a real magic about this deck. And that for me is the thing with intention. So I will honestly admit, I used to be one of those people that would almost be in complete resistance of oracle decks. Because yes, there are people out there, they put on pretty images with pretty words and then they put it out and that's that. But this is not one of those decks. And neither are any of the other decks that I have. All right? And I will honestly tell you, I would always be like, you know, Oracle and Tarot are not the same. Oracle and Tarot are not the same, you know. And I mean, I've got, at this point, I've got some beautiful tarot courses out there, including a beautiful 40 days journey. But then when it came to Oracle cards, I said, instead of always going on about how they're not the same, how about I show people the difference? You know, because the way that I always look at an Oracle deck is when you, for example, look at the concept of astrology. Astrology is the story of the universe, the cosmos, all of it, really. And to me, that is tarot. It's everything. But then with Oracle cards, it is like that one natal chart reading, that blueprint for someone's life that you do for an individual. So who am I in this vast universe? What gives me meaning? You know, what can I do? How can I show up? Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my contribution? What are my possibilities? So that is very much what I wanted to focus on in this coaching. And even wisdom needs to rest. As human beings, we want to go, 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 go. We want to make vision boards and affirmations, and we want to do this, we want to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that is in the nature of the soul. But, rest is so important, because there is surrender, how we allow things to come to us. I'm not going to go into the number specifications with this deck, but, what Colette Baron read, really doing things very much on purpose. Nothing as in nothing in her creations are just sort of by chance. It's just to fill up air and space, It reminds me quite a lot of the Thought Tarot deck, where everything is very specific, all right? Because when you work with energy, it's important to be on point, where the sunbeams have to show. Where do you need light in your life? Where do you need spirit in your life? Where do you need magic in your life? Remember that everything is created from the sun doing that implosion and explosion, and sometimes we say, well, it's very long or very short, but could it be that it's both? And where does the light of creation needs to shine in life and in light? And how can you use your natural magic to bring that about? Only weavers know the time. Isn't it beautiful? And you are a Bream weaver. I always like the idea when I think about it. The human body consists of trillions of cells working together as one to make one body, one idea, to express it as one. So we are part of a vast universe, hosting universes within us. You are a universe yourself. You know the truth inside of you because you are the truth. You are eternal. What the winter spirits know. And even when I look at this, I just get, hibernation. The necessity for balance. Sometimes the reason why things in life don't work out is because there is not a balance between, giving out what you want and allowing it to come to you. I think this card is very cute. All the shoes fell from the sky. How many times are we waiting for the next shoe to drop? You know what I mean? So what if they all drop at once? Or what if the big one drops? Or does this mean something different to you? Surfing rainbows on the moon. Just think about the concept. Surfing rainbows on the moon. And the moon is obviously, when you think about rainbows, it's magic. And it's sort of like a natural thing that happens. I was looking at beautiful rainbows yesterday in the garden where the host was spraying that fine spray and the sun was shining. So you see those beams, and myself and my doggy, Bruno, walk around and we see how the beam changes. It's magical. Do we sometimes forget how magical life is? The moon is all about, being in tune with nature. We are consist mostly of water. And the moon controls a lot of that water. When it's full moon, the water's high, the fishermen go out to fish, the deer comes out. All the magical things happen. All right? Cancerians such as myself, we feel the magic. And even look at this. This is what I'm saying is so magical about these cards. When you look at it, almost looks like it's twinkling, but it's not. It's like as I move the card, it seems like it's twinkling. It's amazing. Painting joy across the sky. Bringing the magic to wherever you go. And never underestimate how powerful a thought is, or a word is, or an action is. It can change somebody's lives forever. People we will never know and never meet. Weavers share their magic tea. I am all about sharing. That's why I love coaching. And I love coaching and ideas. I just tell you everything. There's no such a thing of holding out, wishing you'll buy into a bigger course or something like that. If there's another course following a course that I do, it means that it won't be conducive to put that information in this coaching. You know, it justifies a standalone. For example, when I did my advanced tarot reading course, and I was getting stuck, and then I said why I was getting stuck. I spoke to Spirit very much in this way. And Spirit communicated to me that I was actually meant to create my Abundance Manifestation Masterclass, which is not something that I thought of previously, you know. So it's all about sharing. Weavers sharing their magic with good intentions. Also the cards, they're very nice for shuffling and that sort of stuff. Time to feed the hungry heart. Egg beater here with magic. Same way your body needs, you know, nutrition. What does your heart need? What does your soul need? What does your spirit need? What does your energy need? This is all about becoming the creator of your own reality, co-creating with spirit, co-creating with source. Also with this deck, I love color. You know, I love color. I like the idea, sorry, I like the idea of using your imagination. You know, as Madonna says, use your imagination, that's what it's for. To not be told what things should be, but to allow any individual to make up their own mind. And that's even the thing with my coaching. I don't tell you what to think. I even say this always to people when I do any sort of coaching. You know, psychic development, tarot, whatever it is. Obviously with this is oracle card reading, you know, with psychic development, co-creating with spirits, abundance manifestation. You know, so I say, you know, I like to use very interesting concepts. So let's, for example, imagine if you could see what your sense of scent, you know, or if you could breathe what you're hearing, what would that be like, you know? And I think we live in such a wonderful age where, yes, you know, you learn about the clairs, you know, clairaudience and clairsentience, and those things are beautiful. But for me, this coaching is about going beyond those things of needing to compartmentalize things and to just be, to discover a deeper part of yourself, of who you are. For the wind that blows our sails. What is driving you in life? What is motivating you? What is inspiring you? And that includes what is demotivating you. What is holding you back? How are you sabotaging yourself? You know, I always like to share that it is the motivation behind the action that determines the outcome. All right? When the grit became the pearl. All right? This is again where we go back to, I believe that we are all soul family on this planet. And the people that often come up and they, you know, they teach us those difficult lessons, the things that we just despise to experience. You know, the hard lessons, the terrible things, the horrible things, the people that feel like they're pulling out our gut and like stomping on it, you know. But that is often what is inspiring us to choose different, where you say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I deserve better than this. I deserve more than this. Then you have to really wonder that situation, that circumstance, that person that brought about that situation in your life, weren't they maybe a blessing in disguise? Because people don't typically grow from comfort. Very few people wake up in the morning and say, oh, my life is so amazing, it's so great, everything is so perfect, let's change it. You know? A firebird is called to soar. You know, these oracles are alive. And this is for me, again, you know, with working with oracle cards. When you look at tarot, so tarot is a lot. You know, tarot is astrology and numerology and symbolism and many things. Ancient magic. Tarot is so much. The more you learn, the more you discover about tarot. You know, you become a bodybuilder tomorrow, tarot opens in a whole new way for you. But it's still very set. Whereas, so it's everything, but it's still set. Whereas with oracle cards, you know, you get to choose what is it that you want to tap into? What is it that you want to work with? What is my intention here? And so even when I do a personal reading for someone, I always pay attention to, you know, what tarot cards are presenting themselves to me, what oracle cards are presenting themselves to me. How did this deck come into my life? What was the story behind it? You know, divination tools are alive. Everything is alive. How might you be called to sow in your life at the moment? Ooh, I never get enough of this deck. All is calm upon these shores. When you look at almost like the whole ocean with the shore there inside of a shell, you know, it reminds of, who was it, Rumi, who said that, you know, you are like you are the entire ocean in a drop, but you're also the drop in an ocean, the ocean in a drop. It's all. It's beautiful. It's magic. Beyond your fears, the weavers dance. And, you know, this is the thing for me. I just, you know, for me, yes, I want to do readings too, you know, like I do on my YouTube readings and like my personal readings. But I also, for me, it's all about empowering people, you know. So it's not just about saying beyond your fears, the weavers dance. But what are your fears? How can you release your fears? How do you find your fears? How can you grow in a way that is beneficial to you, but it doesn't feel, again, like somebody's pulling your insides out? You know, a lot of times we think of healing, it has to be so challenging, and it has to be so difficult. But what if you could remember what you need to remember and release what you need to be released, but it doesn't have to be such a shit show. You know what I mean? It can actually be a beautiful, pleasant experience where you can leave your self-sabotage behind peacefully. When the birds sing in gratitude, the power of gratitude. So you can see why I would choose this deck for a manifestation course that goes past, you know, just the law of attraction, the other laws of the universe. I speak about the 12 universal laws in my advanced tarot reading course. And then in my 40 days, you know, sacred tarot journey, I speak about the 7 hermetic laws, which are all really powerful. And here I'm trying to make it more powerful, more accessible, but, you know, not to the point that it becomes watered down. And that is what I find that happens with a lot of oracle decks. You know, the information becomes a bit too watered down, whereas especially with Colette Baron-Reid. And there's a couple of other powerful creators as well. I mean, Denise Lynn is one of them. You know, they do exceptional work. Kyle Gray. I'm not going to start naming names now because I'm going to leave some people out. But, for example, the Monology deck, you know, with... what is the name? Oh, I can't remember now. With Yasmin Boland. You know, there's a couple of them which are just exceptional. The spell casting oracle deck. Okay. When it's time to say goodbye. A lot of our troubles in life comes from not releasing, and that is often by fear, holding on. How to release, how to welcome in the new. I, for example, really like the song Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli and Sarah Brightman, because really it's about saying hello and understanding you need to let certain things go, you know. If the dogs come circling round, so what does this mean to you? What is the meaning for you to this? And do dogs ever need to be dogs? Okay? So in my coaching, it's never about telling you definitively what anything is. I always say to my students, all I can really do is point you in the direction of the arrow that is going to point you to your light. That's it. Okay? When the weavers call your heart, when you are called to create new, when you are called to, you know, to maybe create something new and exceptional. Maybe that's what you're being called to at the moment. And then we make all these logical reasons for why we can't do things sometimes, you know. All the threads of fate must bend. Imagine if you allow yourself to not be, you feel the fear, but you're not ruled by the fear. To be willing to see things as if you are this alien that has landed on planet Earth for the first time. You've never known if this planet even exists. You've heard rumors about it. Your first time here, you've never seen anything. Or you imagine if you wake up in a world that it's new. You've got no preconceived ideas. What will you see? Will a problem still be a problem? Will a threat still be a threat? If a cat curls around the moon. Colette says that this is the first card, I believe, that she dreamt for this deck. The first sort of oracle that came to her. If a cat curls around the moon, what does it mean to you? If you allow yourself to not think with your logical mind, but your imaginative mind. What could it be? If we live in a simulation where nothing is real, what would you like to be real for you? Time to dance around the sun. Isn't that beautiful? But how big is the sun? And what is the sun really a part of? You know, if the sun is a supernova star, which it is, that, you know, cause our entire universe to be called into creation, into being, the universe isn't really a game of one-off things. It means there must be other supernova stars, which means it's more likely than not that there are other worlds. And how might they be similar or different to ours, and are they aware of us or not? Might they be whispering to each other about our existence? Might they be what we would call more advanced or less advanced? Could we maybe be the solution that they are praying for? We've got this idea of really dissing ourselves as human beings, but what if we are really doing well? I love this card. If the taste is sweet and good, and this tablecloth, I actually bought it specifically for this coaching to remind us together and to remind myself. That's why I like coaching, because I also remind myself that I form part of an intricate network that may all look the same but may be different in many, many ways. You know, imagine if you just study this card, you look at all these many different things, you know, all the details. And how much might it be a part of? And who's to decide what is in life and what isn't? As the weaver's way is true, you create your own reality. If you were not told what life should be and who you are allowed to be, what would you be? What would you think? What would you experience? What would you expect? When the weavers built the sun, what if the sun, the supernova star, is created by beings even bigger than us? That as macro as this whole universe is that we are living in, it's a micro part of an even bigger macro. What are we really part of? Okay? Because if the sun created life the way that it does, then maybe that's how we called into being, or maybe that's just one of the ways. Weavers watch the dragons fly. Isn't this just fantastic? Weavers watch the dragons fly. And it's almost like there's this universal idea in this deck, but there's also separate ideas. When you're neither here nor there. This speaks a lot about fear again, because fear, in my experience, is what usually blocks us from our magic. So you're like, well, I want this and I feel this call, but I'm not too sure and I'm afraid of this, and what if this isn't that and that and that and that. Whereas when we can realize who we are and what we are and what our potential is, and how the entire universe is waiting on our command, now it's a different story. When the ones you need fly close. Look at all this detail. I'm going to discuss this quite a lot in the coaching. I really love this. I really love this card, this final card. Weavers know that all is God. Or all is good. Or God is good and good is God. And what is your concept of God? Doesn't have to be the God that everybody believes in. What is your belief about God and source and creation and your potential? This is really one of the most exceptional decks that I've ever literally had the honor of coming across. And for anybody who's really serious about really working with the magical potential of spirit, I will highly recommend this deck of cards to you. Highly, highly. And you will see what I mean when you look at it. Words can't describe how magical they are. Just touching them. It's like I can't stop touching them. There's this magical essence within them. And that is the power of creation and of intention. I hope you've enjoyed this. I look forward to hearing your comments about working with this deck of cards. I'll see you in my next video.